How many of y'all tracking?
Oh, yes.
And so small thinking is, so what happens, you only see small opportunities. And when you only see small opportunities, then you
Drop
look
y'all ass
at,
off like some badass
in fact, I'm going to go to
man.
another
Sit down.
page.
Drop y'all ass off.
So here's what happens when I only see small opportunities.
Pay attention.
I look at me
Grab a pen and pad.
in the mirror.
Oh, something to eat or drink.
And then I think of me as small. I won't say that out loud, but it's how I feel, right? And how can you tell if you think you're small? When you look at something and you think it's too big for you, then you think you're small.
Sit down, calm
When you
down.
look at something,
You ain't gonna be yelling and screaming,
and you say,
none of that
well,
over
I
here.
can't do that because
attention.
I don't know
Lock
how
in.
to, blah, blah, blah. And you say that as if that statement of current fact is eternal. Like, you didn't know how to walk when you landed on this planet, but you figured it out.
No doubt.
Couldn't talk either. Count, read, drive, ride a bike. Look at all
And
this.
a lot of those shit we was told how to do. So if a motherfucker told you how to, you know what I'm saying, actually have day-to-day structure in your life and shit like that, then the house ghetto.
I always tell people, if you want proof that there's nothing you can't learn,
Your mama should be here to
just
pick you up.
look in the rear view
In a
mirror
minute.
of your life at all the things you've already learned. And that should let you know there's nothing you can't learn. Because whatever the thing is you're facing, you've already learned how to do a whole lot of other stuff that's way harder than that. Especially living in the age we live in now, where there's all this technology to help you figure it out. Is what I'm saying making sense? And so you look at yourself, you look at me.
That's why I say shit. You're gonna have to cut your personal expenses just so you can figure out where you wanna like make your metrics so you can go somewhere. But then also take that risk, whatever it might be, for your own personal fucking entertainment, your brand you building or whatever, to get that $30, $50 a month expense that over time gonna pay off. You know what I'm saying? You got my favorite snacks. Hey, she should have packed your shit before you came.
I'm small. And then you
Where
look at
your
the
bag
market.
With USAA
Your
Safe
shit
Pilot, I can save when I drive safely.
You talking about you got my favorite snacks? Say what you like.
And the market's small. So there are all these people in this market, you know, and you're like, the market's just not that big. There aren't that many people who want it. And so before you even write the book, create the course, launch the software, create the membership site,
and I got water.
whatever, you
I got some fruit and I got some water. I got some weed, but
you build your YouTube channel, your Instagram profile, your TikTok following, your
Don't say your
TikTok
mama
shop,
offered you
your
that.
Amazon influencer account. Before you take advantage of all of these opportunities that we have available today, because there's never been a time in human history where it's been easier to create wealth than right now. But it doesn't feel like it, because the cultural hypnotic societal mechanism has programmed you to believe that you are smaller than all your chances.
Hyper ass down.
And so you look at the market. Well, the market's not that big. I started out in what you would think is a small market. Like when I started training, the only thing I knew was network marketing and sales. So I started training network marketers. And I thought and I thought I was making big money. Like I'd go do a seminar for some network marketers and I'd make $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 on a Saturday morning.
Oh my God.
Teaching network marketers how to do network marketing. Now, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000, $9,000, $10,000. And then sometimes then I'd started teaching people how to sell. And I made even more money. And so I wrote a book and I'd sell lots of books.
Fruit.
And once I figured out how to sell lots of books,
Got water. There's fruit over there. There's water over there.
I started teaching people how to write books and sell books. And I'd develop a skill, and then I'd figure out how to do it, and then I'd create a course to teach other people how to do it, and I'd sell it to people, and guess what I discovered? There's a big market. But guess what? I knew there was a big market of people with small amounts of money. But because my thinking was small, my income, though it was big, was smaller than it needed to be, because my prices were small, because the only people that I could perceive in the marketplace were people who could afford a $500.
Drink some water and take a nap. My mama used to tell me, drink some water and take
Of course.
a nap.
See, that hit you, didn't it? And see, so the average person would look out and say, well, it's this way. No, it's not that way. You're that way. And I know, because I used to be that way. We don't see things as they are. We see things as we are. And so when I look at the opportunities as we are. We don't see things as they are. We see things as we are. And so when I look at the opportunities don't look that they don't look that large, that immense, because, like, if it was immense, it'd be obviously for somebody other than me.
Yeah, that's real.
How could that immense opportunity be for me? You know what happened?
How the fuck we get here?
I had a breakthrough.
How the fuck?
I went to a Robert Allen wealth retreat,
W baby.
and
put some respect on my name.
I had already read a bunch of his books, Multiple Streams of Internet Income, The 1 Minute Millionaire. I had already interviewed him for his 1 Minute Millionaire book for my newspaper that I launched. I launched a newspaper that made me it was so crazy. A 4-page newspaper made me so much money. I'll tell you that story in a minute. So I'm at Robert Allen's wealth retreat, and he says, "Hey, does anybody have a testimonial?" I go up, "Yeah, I've got a testimonial." Like, "Yeah." He calls me up on stage. I'm like, "Yeah, man, I read your book, Multiple Streams of Income. I listened to your 6 CD series called Infopreneuring, and I did all the stuff you said." He said, and I said, "My expenses are only like $5,000 a month, and I make $30,000 a month, and I live like a king." You know what he said? He said, "Wow, you're on the verge of a breakthrough. You're about to break through to really big money."
I get fired because I want to save your life. Cypress, it is this. What are we talking about?
And I'm on stage in front of 700 people. And I thought to myself, did he just diss my $30,000 a month in front of 700 people? That was my first thought. That was my first small thinking thought. My second small thinking thought was, wait, there's a level where $30,000 a month is not that much
I
money?
was telling you it's been bad.
That would have never occurred to me had that not happened. Are y'all tracking? Well, I had something happen like that recently to me again.
You're not gonna be able to go
Right.
outside.
I remember my wife and I, we went to see we were having dinner with my wife's brother's in-laws, his
You a kid.
father-in-law, mother-in-law, and they were in the cattle business. They were like, "Yeah, we bought these cows for $5,000, and they had calves, and then we took them to the market and we sold them for $7,000." And they were talking about $5,000 and $7,000. This is way back in the day. This is back in the '90s, back before I even $20,000 a month ever entered my brain, right? And they were talking about $5,000 like it was $5. And when we left, I said, "Did you notice how they were talking about $5,000 like it was $5?"